we had been talking about wanting to get involved with sailing, and we thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of start and see how well we sail together, how much we like it, and this is our 4th season, so I guess we're hooked.
Well, we actually both took the instruction program, and it worked out very well. Even though she was planning to be the captain from the start, it gave me a chance to really kind of learn from scratch all of it, and then it was a good refresher for her. We had a great instructor, and she taught us a lot about a lot of different things, not just only sailing, but a lot of things that we've now taken into like life lessons. So,
well, we're on a 37-foot yacht, and I mean, first of all, the boats are new. They're well maintained. We're just, this is, again, our 4th season on the boat. We're comfortable with it. We know it very well, and we've just been really happy with the performance.
Yeah, we were really looking for a size boat that we could handle just the 2 of us, so that, we could go out on the weekdays when there wasn't a lot of people out on the lake, or we didn't have a chance to bring friends, and just the 2 of us could handle the boat.
We actually entertain on the boat quite a lot. And it varies. Sometimes we'll just have another couple on board. Sometimes we'll have like 3 other couples on board. Every year we like to have the boat for a full day, and we throw what we call the man overboard party. And we just get all our friends together, we get some food, we get some wine, some beer, and we just head out for the whole day. And kind of after, being out on the water for a while, we'll go ahead and we'll anchor, and we'll open up the stern of the boat, and people will go swimming, and we've got music playing on the CD, and it's fun. It's a full day.
It's also a great way to entertain people while we're out there when they come into town. I have employees that work for us, and their one's in from Dubai, and this way we kind of get a chance to kind of get a different feel for the city and kind of get out of it a little bit. So it's a lot of good ways for entertaining clients too.
We've talked to a lot of yacht owners. We kind of explained the Pinnacle, kind of plan, and they're just always thinking, oh, that's like perfect, because here you have this beautiful brand new boat that really the only time you're on it is to enjoy it. You don't have to do any maintenance, you don't have to pump the head, you don't have to, if something breaks, you give a call in or you write it in the logbook, and the next time you're on the boat it's taken care of. It's pretty incredible.
It's a unanimous affirmation by everybody that even owns boats that is just like, wow, that'd be a much better way to do it.
Well, at the end of the day, you always fill out your logbook when you're done with your sail, and you'll mark where the gas tank is, but we've never actually had to fill up the tank. I think that's really more reserved for long haul sails, if you have the boat for several days. And as far as sort of the cleanup, we have our system. He kind of scrubs the upper deck, I go down below, I'll clean the galley, I'll wipe up the head, and so we kind of have our system, and it works out well. We're pretty efficient at it at this point. We pretty much have that boat cleaned in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's very easy when we come out on the boat. It's one of those, it's always very clean,
We live really just minutes from the harbor, so the convenience factor is enormous. As far as scheduling, he really handles most of the scheduling, but it seems relatively easy. It's all done online. Yeah,
the scheduling works really well. It's all on the computer, and basically in the beginning of the year we get to lay out kind of specific times if we want them. For instance, we take the boat for a solid week at one point, and we go over to a house that we have in another part, and it gives us a chance to get that whole block. We give them several times, and then every single year they've always been able to fulfill one of those times. And then special occasions like our wedding anniversary and birthdays and things like that. It's been very easy to get it. And then even on top of that, if there are times that come up that you do need it, the other captains are really good about offering to trade, and it's all done on the computer. It's very simple. Basically, you just do a couple clicks here, we'll send the email for you. And in all the times that we've requested changes, it's only been once where another captain couldn't do it, and he actually offered to take my mom and I out before he took his clients out that afternoon. So it has always been very easy to deal with everybody and the whole system that they have set up. And on top of that, they also have kind of, as the summer goes on, you get to pick specific days as basically as the season progresses, since you can't necessarily pick all your days in the beginning of the year because you don't really know what your schedule is like. So
I would say they're extremely responsive. They're very approachable, which is great. You don't ever feel like if you need to call them with a question or an issue that somehow, you know, it's going to be a problem. They're just always so accommodating. And maybe this doesn't quite relate to this question, but I just remember, he's laughing, he knows what I'm bringing up. He was swapping the deck last year, and he dropped the scrub brush. And yeah, you would think they float, and they don't. They sink, and they go down fast. And he just got on the cell phone, and he just said, there's a scrub brush down at the bottom of the harbor, and it was me who did it. And I mean, there was never any, you know, repercussion. It was just, thanks for letting us know, and we went on the boat the next time, and there was a new scrub brush.
Yeah, and working with Pinnacle has always been very easy. It's one of those, they have all the telephone numbers and everything else that you would actually need on the boat, and there's always somebody that's accessible. And so anytime we have had any issues, be it minor, it's always been easy to get a hold of somebody, and they've been willing to work on stuff right away. And, you know, even occasionally it's the stupid question of, I can't get this to work, why not? And there's some trick to it, and there's always been someone available there for us. So it's been great.
Well, you know, to really summarize our experience with Pinnacle, I mean, it's really been all positive. I think if it wasn't, we wouldn't have come back year after year. You know, we've been on the same boat now for 3 years, and we were just on it the other day, and it's just, you know, it's a new season, and you get right on board, and you know where everything's at, and it's kind of like, you really do feel like it's your boat, even though you realize you're, you know, one of 10 captains. When you're on that boat, it's your boat, and I think you have that pride of ownership. And I think that's why it's so easy to invite guests and really kind of relax and enjoy. And it's really just such an easy way to own a boat.
Yeah, I would have to kind of focus on the value side of it. You know, it's one of those, for the costs that you have to pay for every year, it seems very, very cheap when you start to break it down to hours and things like that. When you start looking at renting boats or even owning boats, it's a great way to go. And at the end of the year, it's not your responsibility to take care of anything. You know, you just kind of walk away from it, and if you want to do it the next year, you can sign right back up. You always have first option, and you also have first option for upgrades and things like that if you'd like to move, from our instance, from a 37-foot boat to a 42-foot boat. And so as time goes on and we become more comfortable, we're actually kind of progressing through maybe going to move bigger boats and things like that. And then I think, you know, ultimately down the road, maybe we would want to own a boat. Well, this is the best way in the world to try it out during that time.